When it comes to investing, the search for the perfect balance between generating consistent income and minimizing risk can be a daunting task. However, the BlackRock Enhanced Equity Dividend Fund, known as ticker symbol BDJ, emerges as a shining star in the world of income fund options. Now, this fund offers investors the best of both worlds, a high starting dividend yield with low volatility. With its unique characteristics and potential for long-term, slow but yet steady growth, the BDJ ETF has gained attention from both seasoned investors and those looking to diversify their portfolios because of this reason. Now, in this video, we will delve deep into the reasons why the BDJ ETF could be an exceptional investment opportunity and look deeper into what this BlackRock fund has to offer for income-focused investors like myself. Now, we're going to go through all this and more. Right after you, please drop a like in this video and please subscribe for more content like this in the future. Now, the BlackRock Enhanced Equity Dividend Fund, or again, ticker symbol BDJ, is up currently around 12.6% over the past 10 years. This fund does have a hefty expense ratio of 0.86%, which is sort of in line with the type of fund that this is, but definitely an expense ratio to keep an eye on. Now, to dig a little bit deeper into this fund, if we head over here to the BlackRock website, it says BlackRock Enhanced Equity Dividend Trust, or BDJ, primary investment objective is to provide current income and current gains, with a secondary investment objective of long-term capital appreciation. The trust seeks to achieve its investment objectives by investing in common stocks that pay dividends and have the potential for capital appreciation, and by utilizing an option writing, in this case an option selling strategy, to enhance distributions paid to the trust shareholders. The trust invests under normal market conditions at least 80% of its total assets in dividend-paying equities. The trust may invest directly in such securities or synthetically through the use of derivatives. It then says that the portfolio is built on dividend growth, seeks to invest in companies with a greater potential for dividend growth, and focuses on high-quality companies. U.S. portfolio of large-cap, high-quality companies, which we will go through here in a second. And with the option overlay, this fund seeks to reduce portfolio volatility, sells or writes call options on underlying equity portfolio potentially to reduce the fund's volatility. Now, some more key facts about BDJ. The net assets as of recent are around $1.6 billion. So not the biggest fund in the world, but a pretty nice size. The fund was launched in 2005 and is currently trading at around $8.18. Now let's get into the good stuff, the holding breakdowns for BDJ. One of the main reasons why I do like this fund is of course because of the diversification. I'm more of an income, more conservative, a little bit less risky of an investor, and the BDJ has over 300 holdings, which has allowed me to sleep pretty well at night from holding onto this fund for many years now. The holding breakdowns are financials at 23%, healthcare at 22%, technology at 13%, consumer defensive at 9%, energy at 8%, communication at 6%, consumer cyclical at 5%, industrials at 5%, utilities at 3%, and basic material at 1%. Now the top 10 holdings for BDJ is the BlackRock Liquidity T Fund at 4.6%, Wells Fargo is next, BP, Citigroup, Medtronic, Enterprise Products, Cognizant Technology, American International Group, Laboratory Corp, and Willis Towers. Now, BDJ has a pretty good starting dividend yield, offering a forward dividend yield of 8.3%. Now, what's also cool about this fund is it does pay a dividend on a monthly basis. And if you look over the last 5 years, BDJ pays around 5.5 to 6 cents per month as of recently. And on top of that, over the past few years, at the end of the year, BDJ has given a massive sort of special dividend. I think it's considered a return on capital or capital appreciation. I forget what it's considered, but they have offered over the last few years a massive payout, which I've definitely enjoyed getting that in my portfolio for the last few Decembers. But for the most part, BDJ has paid a consistent 5 to 6 cent dividend over the past many years. Now, if we look at the total return for BDJ, it's had sort of a rocky last 5 or so years, sometimes doing better than others. Over the last year, for example, BDJ's returned a total of 4.47%, and this is because some of the larger holdings in the BDJ fund have done quite poorly over the last year or so. But over the last 3 years, for example, BDJ's returned 52.7%, where the S&P has returned around 50%. So in that case, over the last 3 years, BDJ has actually somehow beat the S&P 500. But over the past 5 years, to zoom out even further, BDJ has returned 41%, where S&P has returned 73%. Now, as we mentioned earlier in this video, one of the primary objectives of the BlackRock Enhanced Equity Dividend Trust is to provide its investors with a high level of current income. Now, in order to achieve this objective, it invests in a portfolio of dividend-paying stocks that seem to have higher yields than the market on average. Now, the fund then writes call options against the stocks in its portfolio in order to obtain some extra income on top of that. The extra income being from writing the call options from the buyer side of these options. Now, with the combination of these two, we can then therefore assume that the fund itself will boast a pretty decent high dividend yield. And this has definitely been the case historically. The fund pays a monthly distribution, to be exact, of around 0.0562 per share, or around 67 cents per share annually. Now, this gives the fund around an 8.32% dividend yield at the current price, and again, this has for the most part been consistent at least for the last few years. So where does this leave us all when it comes to the BlackRock Enhanced Equity Dividend Trust, ticker symbol BDJ? Well, I own well over 1,000 shares personally, and I think that it appears to be a reasonable way to obtain income on a consistent basis. The fund invests in a portfolio of high-yielding common stocks, writes call options on them. It's pretty straightforward. The fund, like I said earlier, has also gave out some decent-sized capital gains over the past few years, which I've also really enjoyed. Now, is BDJ a fund that I've been adding more to as of lately? I recently have added a few more shares of BDJ on days where it's down a little bit more than others, but at this point, I think I own a total of around 1,200 or so shares, and I'm pretty happy with where I am currently. But I want to hear what you guys think down below about the BDJ fund, and if this is a fund that you currently hold or would hold in your more income-oriented portfolios. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like in the video and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Thanks as always, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.